What's an American problem you're too European to understand? While watching Chelsea vs Manchester United yesterday on NBCSN, during halftime there was a GoodRx commercial where the guy is asking a woman if she would like to fill her prescription. He pulled up the phone and showed her that the same pill can cost from $10 to $90 depending on the area. And that GoodRx can help her fill the prescription with the cheapest prices. Now someone please explain to me how in the ever-loving fuck is it possible for a drug to cost 10x more depending on your location? Don't they have constant prices like in the rest of the civilized world? American here. When I was studying in the UK I had to send some financial documents back to the US. The only way these documents were considered valid was if the original was mailed in, or if I faxed a copy. When I asked the printing office if they could fax it for me they looked at me like I was an alien and said the school hadn't owned a fax machines for like a decade. Then they asked me if I still use a VCR. Australian here. The TV ads for prescription medication always gets me. Like really specific medication too, not just a new over-the-counter painkiller. I think it's good to research medication if you have a condition to be informed about your options. But it's so bizarre to see ads for it in between Property Brothers episodes and ads for Taco Bell. Having to remember that cars can turn on a red light. I know this is a thing. I've known this for 10 years. I still forget and nearly die every time I need to cross a road when I'm in the US. ETA, I have learned many things in this comment thread, and am formally changing my answer to traffic laws varying between states. The red light turn thing still terrifies me though. Lobbying, I never understand how every politician on both sides gets away with legalized bribery and everyone just accepts it. I understand the need for specialist interest groups to promote their ideas, but to be allowed to visibly finance a politician and rate their friendliness to your cause with no repercussions is insane to me. It's bribery no matter how you dress it up. Their toilet stalls are so fucked up it's unbelievable. Huge gaps in the side you can see people through, huge gaps at the top and bottom. And they don't have occupied signs that show when the door is locked. I was listening to an American podcast recently where they suggested having a light above the stall to show when it's in use. They don't have a clue lol. American here. I lost a filling a few months ago. The dentist says he won't do any work until I get a deep clean. But my insurance will not pay for a deep clean, which costs about $1,800 US. I can't afford that. So I have to go with this huge hole in my teeth until my jaw gets infected. Once that happens, it becomes a life-threatening illness that my insurance will cover. Is this anything to which you Europeans can relate? Edit. A deep clean is not the same as a regular cleaning. A regular cleaning would have been about $200 USD $250, and is strangely covered by my insurance. A deep clean is under the gums and will involve several shots of Novocaine. I have gotten second and third opinions and nobody wants to do work without that deep clean first. It's about liability, nobody wants to be sued. I'm an American but I have a friend who is Italian from Italy. She doesn't understand how sweet everything is including pasta sauce and bread. And she doesn't understand our obsession with bragging about our heritage. She says if you were born in America you are American. Not Greek/Italian/German on your mom's side, Dutch/English/Scottish on your dad's side. I never understood four things in us. Healthcare, or mostly health don't care. Prices are written on goods without taxes. Toilets that looks like small lake. Shower that have only one knob to set intensity and temperature of water. Why the hell does anyone still use checks? Like actual, paper checkbooks that you write on and then deposit to a bank? How is that still a thing? I know a lot of phrases like write a check or the check had bounced, but I assumed they were leftovers in the language from the pre-internet era. Not being able to afford to study. Not being able to afford to pay medical bills. Not being able to afford school lunch. Not being able to have schools without security guards. Not being able to drink water straight from the tap. Not being able to walk because you are morbidly obese. Toddlers involved in politics. How your credit score system works. I will never understand why using a debit card, so only spending money you actually have, doesn't have a positive effect on your CS but paying your credit card every month has. Not European, Chilean. Even so, why the fuck do you not include tax in the price tag? As a kid I saved up the amount for a Lego set only to be told I needed to pay extra. What the fuck America? People going bankrupt for getting sick. Stupidly expensive education. Gun control. No repercussion for police brutality. Why are you paying taxes for? Been watching Sons of Anarchy on Netflix and it reminded me of something really odd about US telly. You can show people being brutally murdered, tortured, raped, overdose on drugs, hint at child sex abuse, and have a story arc start with a school shooting. Can't say fuck though. What's that about? I will never understand why you guys allow children to not be guaranteed free healthcare and dental care. Why aren't you up in arms over this, protesting in the streets? They're children. Why on earth would a rich country not guarantee free healthcare to all children? I don't get it. Why Americans are so proud of being American and their obsession with military. Like what did they do other than being born American? What good does military do other than wasting money they could use for example healthcare? I understand America's problems just fine. The real question is why so many of their solutions are too European for Americans to understand. It's almost like the only other country that exists in American politics is Venezuela. The complete and utter lack of physical affection. Two guys hugging is gay. Girls holding hands? Ah, those lesbians. A guy and a girl can't even come close. Like folks just stop being touch-hungry weirdos and hug. Ridiculous brand obsession, besides general corporate slavery. When I lived in Israel I saw a FB thread asking American expats what they missed most from home. I thought they'd mention something profound. Instead, most people just listed whatever brands I had never heard of they missed and weren't available. Not sure if this qualifies, but I don't understand how every American on the internet also thinks everyone else is an American. From experience at least, I sometimes talk about products and always get recommended to America exclusive stores or told where to go in America for it. Don't know if it's already mentioned, but your delivery driver's just leaving packages outside your front door. I can't wrap my mind around this. How did this ever become acceptable? Here you sign for deliveries. If you're not there they'll leave a note when they'll come again. If still not delivered you can pick it up yourself. Also if you didn't sign for delivery it's marked as not delivered.